There's a story of a man, his name is Paul. This guy was brought in front of a court, and the person who was to judge him, railed and abused on him, and he reacted. And immediately he reacted, he abused him back, and people told him, don't you know this is the judge? And when they told him he was the judge, he quickly apologized and said he was sorry. He didn't know that he was the judge. He was not supposed to say such things about the judge. Immediately he said that, the quick thing he realized was that the judge and some other people belonged to a particular group of clan. So he quickly identified with the other group and told them he was one of their members. And immediately he pitched the two heads against each other. And instantly, as they began to quarrel, they set him free. Now, in this popular story, which you will find in ancient texts, is a classic example of a man who moves around all his emotional zones. So on the screen, you will see that there are basically 4 emotional zones. There's the red zone, there's the yellow zone, then there's the blue zone, and then there's the green zone. The red zone is for emotions that are high and unpleasant. The blue zone is for emotions that are low and unpleasant. The yellow zone, that's the excitement zone. That's where you have great energy, you feel like dancing, you feel happy, new bubbling ideas. That is in the yellow zone. The yellow zone is always high energy and pleasant, amazing zone. That's where the creative guys like to work. But you also have the zone where people are contented, which is the green zone, which is low and pleasant. These 4 zones are the zones that people stay in from the day-to-day life. So let me come back to you. If you take a history of your emotions and you see that you perpetually live in the red zone and you do not know how to shift to other zones for other activities, then you're stuck. So the problem is not which zone you are in, is the ability to shift from zone to zone. Some people are in the blue zone, always gloomy, whether in the name of spirituality or in the name of depression, rightly or wrongly. I'm not going into that today. But if you're in the blue zone and you're stuck in the blue zone, then I have a challenge. You need to know how to shift. Remember, emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize the state you are in, or put it down in my words, the zone you are in, and then be able to shift to the appropriate zone. So in the story I gave to you, it's amazing how the guy shifts. Now, follow me. It means that when he started the gist, he was in the green zone because he was relaxed, boasting, confident, and all of that. He was confident, he was cool. That's the green zone. But immediately the guy abused him. That is him shifting to the red zone. So he goes from green to where? Red. And then he's angry. That's the red zone. In the red zone, when he found out that he'd made a mistake, he was able to come down to the blue zone. And then he gets an idea, he's able to move to the yellow zone. And when things settle down, he was able to move down to the green zone. You see, the ability to move, that's what shows you that you have a balanced emotional life. And that's the goal of MouldAfrica. How does that apply to me? I'll give you some examples as you get an overview of this. Imagine that number one, your boss just spoke rudely to you and you need to make a presentation to a new client. If your boss spoke rudely to you, then most likely where are you? The red zone. Now you need to make a presentation to a new client. Which zone do you need to be in? The yellow zone. You see, so emotional intelligence is the ability to move from that red zone to the yellow zone. Now, if you can't, or you don't have the tools, or you don't have the MouldAfrica curriculum, and you're stuck in the red zone, what's going to happen? You're going to take that red things, that red anxiety, that pain, that frustration, and you're going to go and pour it on your clients. And boy, that's not what to do. That's poor emotional intelligence. You see, that's why I'm here for you, to show you how to shift in spite of what they did to you. I'll give you a second example for students. He says, I have a crush on somebody in school, and he or she has been behaving funny to me. How do I now face my studies? You see, emotions are involved. There's love feelings, rightly or wrongly. I'm not going into that. She loves him, he loves her, and now the person is feeling jilted. And then exam is by the corner. You see why many students struggle? Because they can't shift. Not because they're not intelligent. With IQ, they can't shift because EQ is poor. Now you parents, you guardians, you teachers, you need to take this curriculum and go to them and show them how they can shift. That gives them the balance. I'll give you a third example. My children just ruined my mood and the doorbell rings. It is somebody who recently badly offended me. Imagine that. Your children ruined your mood. Where are you? Red zone. You open the door, somebody who offended you, what happens? You're going to you will most likely take the anger of what the person did to you and do what? Transfer to this other person. It's called transferred aggression. That is still poor EQ. So you see people something happens at home, they transfer it to their staff at office. Something happens in this traffic of Lagos with some policemen, and you get into that mood, and when you get to your happy, you transfer it. No. Through our curriculum, we will show you how to manage these things so you have great relationship. Finally, recently, another example, I have been battling with depression and low self-esteem. How do I motivate myself for an upcoming event? So he's depressed. Where is that? Blue zone. Low self-esteem, blue zone. And a new event is coming up. He's supposed to be in the yellow zone. How do I move him from yellow zone to where? From blue zone to where? Yellow zone. Now, you see, the problem is it's not about depression. I don't get me wrong, I'm not speaking low about mental health. I'm just saying that the issue is not stigmatization about depression. It's not stigmatization about a particular emotion. MouldAfrica is going to show you how to move that emotion. And that is really a good nugget about the role of emotional intelligence and how it applies to you. I'll give you in summary that you see, a great certificate may get you a job, but poor emotional intelligence will keep you stagnant or get you booted out. Nugget number 2. A good face, favor, and money may get you quickly into a relationship or even marriage, but only great emotional intelligence can sustain the pressure of love and the demands of familyhood. Number 3 nugget. A student that manages his or her emotions will be able to focus. To do what? To focus. Listen to me. And when he focuses with good focus, he will guarantee better results in the face of peer pressures, academic stress, and therefore they can uphold behavior that is needed for consistent performance. You see why you need it in your school? Number 4, a person who is in denial of his present habitual emotional state is living in falsehood. Number 5, a person who cannot shift his emotions is a slave to his emotions. But why am I here? I'm here in MouldAfrica to say to you, a person who realizes that he or she has low emotional intelligence can be helped, can be trained. And as you come into MouldAfrica in my second session, I'm going to show you how to use our curriculum to achieve just this. Once again, my name is Tekena Ikoko. We're here to take you beyond emotional intelligence to show you the tools that can give you exactly the results you need in your corporate life, in your family life, and in your social life. See you in the next video.